With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And we are underway here on EA Sports. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
That's good.
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Antlers.
A run here with the rookie from Washington. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Higgins sent in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Here's a short pass. That's Higgins, the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. This one complete to Campbell. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a 1st down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Here it is on 4th down. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
They'll try to get the running game going. His 1st carry, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. This one is brought in by Jarrett. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. That is fielded at the 13. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Antlers offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one is caught by Campbell. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
It's a gain of 16.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Rio, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
A run with Carter. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Makai Wingo in there on the tackle. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Catch left side is made by Higgins. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Rio, first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Moving outside. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked back at the 5.
Go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat out brutal. And let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T. It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. The Bulls offense and their running back, Jaden Blue, heading back out there. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield this season, right there amongst the league leaders in rushing late in the campaign. First carry now for Jaden Blue. A big hole. Still going. And he will go all the way. Jaden Blue. Touchdown Bulls. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
But if think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now for the point after. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They'll return this from the 11. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Antlers offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the run, here's Carter. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
So after 1, 7-3 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. A carry, and this is Carter, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
10 at the 37.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Higgins sent in motion. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Now, faking the give, moving to his left. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Bulls force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 7. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
And 7.
They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's in! Musgrave! Touchdown, San Diego! It's his third touchdown catch this year. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bulls extend their advantage to 14-3.
The score, Bulls 14, Panthers 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The coverage right there, and it dropped away. Incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time. When you're around the ball on defense, good things are going to happen. And this is a great example. He's not able to secure the interception, but the next best thing is he gets his hand on the ball, and it falls harmlessly incomplete.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play there. 31 yards.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
Ready up. 1st and 10. They'll run here. It's Carter trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. And it's going to be a turnover, and the defense comes away with the ball.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
Right away, they'll set up the throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Antlers offense and their running back set to go once more. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Higgins sent in motion. Here's Carter. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. And that last throw, not going to count for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Rio. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. And that one is no good. Extra point is unsuccessful. This is going to stay a 5-point game.
Chad Ryland.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
32-yard line.
The Bulls offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down.
Here we go.
The RPO. That one is complete. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
10 yards on the pickup.
2nd and inches.
2nd and inches at the 42-yard line.
A give. Here comes Blue. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pin. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Over the middle of the tight end, Musgrave. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a San Diego 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the handoff, Blue. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. And it's caught aside by Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Up the middle they go. And And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And the San Diego first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Now this defense will use a third and final timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Phil Maffa. Touchdown Bulls. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
An extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good. And the Bulls add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to 23-yard line. The Antlers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a first and 10. He'll drop to throw. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. 11 yards on the connection there, and that will be a first down. Back to the air one more time. He'll swing this one out wide to Carter. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early with the numbers. Already up over 200 passing yards. They'll come up here first and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Really nice job there of not only tracking the ball, but then putting yourself in position to make the play. And that's step 1. I promise you step 2 on that sideline. His secondary coach is saying, hey, next time you can get your hand on the ball, let's try to come away with that takeaway.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Or more as this second half gets underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Their own 26-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. From the 31, here is second down and 5.
Second and 5.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Number 7.
Third and a yard.
Brings up third and 1.
On the ground, it's Blue. And he's going to have enough for the first down. We'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
And the ability to continue to sustain these drives and maintain possession, these third downs are so critical, Mike, because every time an offensive play caller gets a fresh set of downs to work with, there's just more opportunities to continue to try to strike deep.
This is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
46-yard line.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. This one complete to Higgins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
First down. A gain of 12. First down and 30.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get forward for about a yard. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. From the 33, here's second and 8. Pass pulled in by Carter. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
First down antlers.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's taken down at the 17.
Here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
That is caught back corner of the end zone. Elijah Higgins. Touchdown, Antlers. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
Makes the score Bulls 21, Antlers 16. Chad Ryland to kick
Here's
off.
Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 2. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bulls offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now screen set up for Blue. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Third and 2. Here we go. They'll run with Blue. And the drive will stay alive. He's got the first down up to the 44.
And they continue to lean on him in these short yardage, need-to-have-it situations, tough yards. He's been getting them over and over throughout the course of the game, and he picks up more than enough there on third down.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Billy Bowman. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock. You can make a bad throw. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air once more on second down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Throwing now on third and long. Now he'll air one out. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down. Fourth down, they bring out Michael Pilardi to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Bulls offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with first and 10. This is Blue. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. Ready, break. 3. Brings up second and 7.
Here we go. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Milton. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for a San Diego first down.
They'll fake the give, and now it's Milton. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Milton to the air on second down. That one's incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Get it!
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, San Diego. The extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. And the Bulls will extend this third quarter lead.
Antlers 16.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Antlers offense ready to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. To the ground, a first down run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. They'll bring up third down. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Here's third and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. Trailing late. They've got to go here. It's fourth down. Now they'll set up to throw. That is caught. Finding Higgins. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off. Here's first and 10. Now, faking the give. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
And a real first down.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. The red zone now. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Osa Odigizua getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. The Bulls offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Ready.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
23-yard line.
A run with Blue. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
Break.
It's 3rd and 7.
Get out of the gun is Milton. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the play fake, it's Milton. He's going to let this one go deep. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Milton. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 10.
Ready.
Throw once more. Here's Milton. There's a short one caught by Taylor. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Antlers offense ready for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He's going to air this one out. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very... Strong defensively. It's second down.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball to tie his point, but come down with a pick. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
The quarterback on the scramble.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down. The Bulls offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible, up to a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. He kept waiting for that cutback lane to develop. It never did. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Gain on the play.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
Ready up.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Quick hitting slant there. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He was brought down by J.D. Bertrand. No gain on the play.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half.
30-yard line.
We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Okay, ready? Down! Lacking 18!
Let's
go!
They'll drop to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the pass.
And this is blocked. Look at him go. He's to the 40. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Rio. Greg, those are the momentum swings that get you. One team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to block the kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st you stick your hand up, that's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
Now Ryland for the extra point. He's got it. And the Antlers have cut the deficit to 5.
Score Bulls 28, Antlers 23.
A 1-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 11.
Cougar 19.
Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They bounced back from the loss last week. Really put in a determined effort